Doctor. We've come to this conjunction.
We've called to order this meeting.
We have some things to discuss.
We do.
Some shit we have to solve. Because fucking no one else is doing it.
Not on the level that we are. I mean, people are trying. Archaeologists and scientists, these people that just can't see outside of the box. And what we're doing is we're solving these problems. Here's the box, and we're like way the fuck over here.
We're so far away from the box that we don't even have to worry about it.
I can't even remember what a box looks like.
It's like this, right?
Yeah.
Fucking losers in their boxes. I've always had a problem with that phrase, think outside the box. Like, what's in the box still works. So why do you have to just think outside the box? Why don't you just say there is no fucking box?
Yes.
There is no spoon.
There is no spoon. Yeah. There's a song that talks about, your mind is a prison, so you have to think outside the box to escape your reality.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll give it some credence.
Yeah.
There is no box.
There is no box.
It's infinite space.
Yeah, I mean, I think that people tend to put themselves in boxes for conformity, maybe, but dude, just be who you are. Explore your own fucking personality.
Yeah. I've always told the kids, be yourself, everybody else is taken.
True. That's true.
So if part of your psyche is to explore crazy ideas of, telepathy or astral projection or the emerald tablets, whatever, explore that shit.
Yes.
You don't have to fit in a box.
That was a perfect segue into what we're talking about today.
I tried to thread the needle on that one.
It was, I could see you honing in, and I was subconsciously linking my thoughts to yours, and it was perfect.
Yeah, we were just synced up. There's just a little bit of tinglies right there.
Our tips were touched.
Our astral tips. The thought processes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the emerald tablets. So, strangely enough, when you brought it up, I had never heard of it.
Oh, really?
Which is so weird, because, that's my jam, is all kinds of shit like that. Mm-hmm. But to credit, with Book of Enoch, I knew very little about it before we did an episode. So, again, this was another one that was really cool to delve into. And I got a little more interested in the kind of spirituality and alignment and mind elevation kind of thing that came with that. It was way more interesting to me than the history of it.
Yeah.
But the history was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, and it's kind of a conundrum and one of these mysteries that's what are they and are they real? Because there's tablets from all around the world that have ancient knowledges or whatever on them, and there's archives of these things, and you can look them up on the internet, and now there's even things that they have a translator on there so that you can look up whatever tablet you're looking for, pull it into this thing, and then it'll translate it when you bring it over, it'll translate real time. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of these things that are going around, and there's a lot of fake shit that's going around, has been going around for a long time.
That was kind of the hard part, was sifting through a lot of that.
Yeah. And I think the problem is, especially talking about these things as being information, giving information on ancient technologies. And then you find out, this is a forgery, and it was made in the late 1800s or something by some fucking weird person. So it kind of discredits so much, and people discredit or discount a lot of these things that actually are true, like real things, because of the fakes.
Yeah.
And so I think that people who look into these things and, you know, you'll get down a certain rabbit hole and be like, this is really cool information, you know, and then all of a sudden, like, you uncover or you find out that, oh, this is fake, and so you're just like, fuck, man. I just wasted all this time kind of researching shit that's fucking bogus. It kind of deters you from actually looking at any of the other shit that is real.
Yeah, and some of that I was running into was like, I'd watch a video on YouTube, and it's kind of in line with some of the other stuff that we've looked into, or manifestation more specifically. It's kind of narrated in a way of, you can elevate yourself and you can align yourself perfectly with the universe and blah, blah, blah. And I swear to God, they all have the same narrator. Mm-hmm. It's all just like an AI bot voice doing all the narration. And it's like, all of that would speak to me, obviously, but it's like, I feel like I've watched all this before.
Yeah.
Because it's just regurgitating the same shit over and over.
Yeah.
But it was still really interesting to delve into it, and I did listen to a good amount of Billy Carson talking about it.
So did I.
So you kind of have to. He's almost like the foremost. But
I mean, he's written an actual book that was a bestseller called Thoth the Atlantean, the Emerald Tablets, or something like that.
Yeah, and he makes sure to tell you it's a bestseller.
Oh yeah, every time.
He's like an actor who's like, hey, did you know I won an Oscar? Here, I carry it around everywhere I go.
I actually made it into a necklace, and it's like this big fucking...
One of the problems I was having with it was kind of the same problem I had running into the Book of Enoch, is so many theologians, they want to just discount it. It's just bullshit. Read the King James Bible, that's the real shit. That, not real. Mm-hmm. And it just came off as silly to me, because in theology, you know, you have so many different texts that are canon. And it's like, what is this, fucking Marvel? You know, like, The Amazing Spider-Man is canon, but Ultimate Spider-Man is not. It's just so silly that it's like, you can just say, this is the canon storyline. Anything outside of that, not real.
Yeah. Yeah, what I think, yeah, I mean, I was having the same thing. It's like, well, what are these people arguing about? Like, they're not arguing that these things actually exist. They're arguing about their belief in what it's talking about. And to me, that's just dumb, because they could be talking about the same thing just by using different names of gods or different names of whatever. But yeah, I mean, I definitely went down the Billy Carson rabbit holes, and where I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But the Emerald Tablets themselves are like, what is it, 10 tablets?
Yeah.
That kind of break down alchemy and pretty much how to be immortal, or how humans have the capability of becoming immortal by doing certain things.
If you could be immortal, would you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the page of, when I'm done here, I want to be done here.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've lived enough of those lifetimes and learned enough of those lessons that I'm just going to move on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old enough to think, yeah, I think maybe if I had like another 100 years, that'd be cool. But, you know, getting up to where you're like 90 years old and you can't fucking take a piss anymore.
That's
like walk up and down stairs. It's like, yeah.
It's like one of those the superhero caveat things. Like, you ever play that game? It's like, it's a would you or wouldn't you. but you name a superpower, and then it comes with something shitty. Like, okay, you can fly, but it's only 3 feet off the ground. Or like, you can be invisible, but you have to be butt-ass naked. Or like, you can teleport, but it's only 3 feet at a time. You know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of those, like, you could be immortal, but your body still ages.
Yeah. By the time you're like 1,000, you just have to lay there and fucking experience life as like a fucking vegetable.
You just look like Voldemort from the 4th Harry Potter movie.
Yeah.
He's just like a baby, he's skinny and shit.
Yeah, there's this guy that goes to my gym. Old guy, he's probably like 80s something. He's there every day. Fucking
Good on him.
It's like, this guy is fucking trying to, stay fit, keep himself, but he, like every single exercise that he does, like he walks, like he just takes like steps that are like 2 inches, like, so he just like shuffles around the gym, and then he'll get on like the bench press machine and like push it out like this, and then just and he just like nods his head, like counting reps, which maybe he's just like doing resistance training and just holding it for a certain amount of seconds.
I would say that's probably it, but it probably looks silly as fuck.
It looks funny, but it's like he's there every single day, and good for him. Man.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of there was like a video one time, I think it was for a Guinness thing, and it was the most push-ups in a minute, and the guy's like, and then there's another guy next to him going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, he doesn't do
0.
That's really what it is, because he barely like bends his elbows. Like, what the man, if that's a push-up, I could kill that guy.
Yeah. I do a bunch of push-ups. I just go down to where my fucking belly hits the floor. So I'm only going about this far. I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's as far as I could go. But yeah, so the Emerald Tablets are allegedly written by Thoth himself.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool because, like, Jesus didn't write the Bible.
No.
But yeah, there's so many alleged forgeries throughout time, too, that also make it kind of hard to understand what they actually say. But,
yeah, so Thoth was... this is the legend. I'm not saying this is what I believe. I'm not going to Billy Carson this shit. The legend of Thoth is that he appeared, or he came to the land of Kem, which is Egypt before it was known as Egypt, 36,000 years ago. And he showed up in Egypt to rebuild civilization because it had been wiped out by some natural disaster.
a flood.
A flood. And so he's there to reseed civilization. And he says that he is from Atlantis, not Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlantis.
Yeah, he's ATLian.
Yeah, ATLian. He showed up in a fucking slab on fucking 20s.
With a chain steering wheel and everything.
So yeah, I mean, the legend of Thoth is that he was this person that showed up in a lot of different places and was known as the bringer of knowledge. They say that's who Kukulkan Khan was in South America. I don't remember his name, his Egyptian god name, but he's like Thor. Mm-hmm. He's fucking all these mythical people. That's who they're referring to, is this one person. And he's responsible for bringing pretty much civilization, and that's why like you find pyramids and shit like that in all these different places that have no known communication with each other.
That was what I found the most interesting. I mean, going back to reseeding civilization, you can go right from the Book of Enoch right into Thoth.
Yeah. Because
of the Great Flood to wipe out the Nephilim and things like that. And then it's like, you think about it, the whole Noah's Ark was just animals. There was no people. So how did civilization restart? So somebody had to do it.
Yeah.
And so it's just like the perfect sequel to that story.
Well, I think there was 2 families on the ark. So it was Noah and his family, which he had a big family, and then another family with them, and that's basically who they say restarted.
So they're just all inbreds.
We all are, yeah.
Makes sense, man.
Yeah.
Is that Appalachia family? They're probably direct descendants.
The Whats?
The what? That's terrible.
Sad.
It is, but yeah, that aspect of the pyramids being in all these different places really kind of ties it all together. Because what if he was building the pyramids? But also for what reason? That I can't understand totally. But yeah, that's why there's pyramids in South America. There's in Mexico and, all over the place. It's kind of him just leaving his mark wherever he's at.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he started, what was it? Teotihuacan? Either in Mexico or South America. And they worshipped him as a god there too. I can't remember what they called him.
Kukulkan.
Or was it there or was it in South America? Mexico?
America.
Okay. I was getting it confused. Because when you start throwing a bunch of consonants and vowels in there, my mind just goes, what?
Yeah, it's that.
Teotihuacan. Like, I know that's what that says, but it just doesn't register.
Yeah.
Interesting story.
Yeah.
I mean, coming in and reseeding civilization and then walking amongst them. Because part of the legend was that he could essentially store the body he came in for 100 years and go walk amongst men living in an avatar body. And he said he did that 100 times.
Yeah.
So 100 times 100, been walking as a man for a long time. He could be walking among us right now. Are you Thoth?
Fuck, you got me, dude. Oh, shit. I guess I gotta get a new avatar.
Don't worry, your secret's safe. Nobody watches this channel. It's okay.
Now 11 people know the secret of Thoth.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you really were? And then it's like those 11 people were like, that can't be true.
Yeah. I think maybe Billy Carson might actually believe that he might be. He is the bringer of knowledge.
He is the bringer of knowledge. Forbidden knowledge.
Forbidden knowledge.
And he's 6'4", because he makes sure to tell you that all the time.
Numerology, dude.
It's just
everything's lining up mathematically.
I bet his house is a pyramid.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either. It's like kind of like that Jackie Gleason thing, where Nixon took Jackie Gleason to see aliens, and then he later on built a home upstate New York that looked like a fucking UFO. Why not?
Why not? I mean, there is power in the triangle, I guess. The triangle is like the perfect structure.
I thought it was an egg.
Oh, that too. Well, like if you're building something, a triangle is one of the strongest forms.
Yeah.
You can make.
Especially if you're making a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of toothpicks in science class.
Yep. Popsicle sticks.
Yep.
I did it too.
I wonder if, like, back in these ancient Egypt days where the kids went to school, if they had to build fucking bridges out of toothpicks. Or they just showed them how to build a real bridge. I guess they just used them as slaves and just made them build fucking actual shit.
Yeah.
Pyramids.
Lift this giant heavy brick. No, I 100% don't believe that humans built the pyramids.
I think that it's not out of the realm of possibility that humans were capable of doing it, but I think that there was definitely a lot more to it than slaves and fucking
ropes and
pulleys,
log rows and shit like that.
elephants and shit.
I don't believe that, like, at all.
No. But yeah, I mean, there was so much information. Well, some of the information with the tablets. So Billy talks about this Thoth the Atlantean, and that his teachings should be accepted widely, and why aren't people recognizing this and kind of taking it more seriously. But like a lot of the shit that he references comes from a book that was written in the early 1900s by Dr. Maurice, what's his name? Goggins or Dog? Some
that
Dr.
guy.
Maurice, that guy.
Some people call him Maurice.
Yeah, Maurice. He's the Joker.
Could be a smoker.
If anything, he for sure was a midnight toker.
I bet he played music in the sun.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet.
So he says that he claims that he went to Egypt and saw the emerald tablets and was able to translate these tablets. And so he wrote a book about Thoth and the tablets and what they said. And that sounds like where Billy Carson is getting a lot of his information is from this book, but it turns out that guy was fucking full of shit. He wasn't even a doctor. That wasn't his real name.
Who would pretend to be a doctor
I
when they're
don't
not?
fucking
Assholes, man.
assholes, dude. And he never even graduated high school, this guy. I mean, you don't need to go to high school, really. Especially in the early 1900s. You just go to the factory and fucking work.
Yeah, or right into the coal mine.
And
High school.
He never went to Egypt. And so, like, he got called out for all these things later on and after writing his book and shit. And he said, well, I didn't actually go there. I remote viewed it. And so that's how he got all his information. And so, I mean, like, looking into it, there was one specific emerald tablet of Thoth that was really... They know it was around at least 6,000 years BC. And there's a lot of tablets from the Sumerian civilization that was around at the same time. And a lot of those teachings and writings have been kind of turned into Bible stories, and it's the same stories that are in the Bible, using different names and words and
That's
people.
what I think is so interesting, especially with the Emerald Tablets, is how many, not just biblical stories from the Bible that we know, but how many different religions have kind of cherry-picked different ideas from that. I mean, allegedly. But it kind of created their own offshoot religion predicated on shit that they took from the Emerald Tablets.
Yeah.
It gives more credence to the tablets being like a completely real thing.
Yeah.
But I often wonder, especially with something like this, how much of the water gets muddied on purpose to put more focus on the big religions we have. You know, you have just Judeo-Christians and Catholicism and things like that. How much of that has to be preserved by beating down other things like the Emerald Tablets or the Book of Enoch even?
Yeah. I think a lot. Stitch and I were having a conversation the other day, and we were talking about something similar, and it's like all the information that we have that hasn't been written down and studied, and even if it is written down and studied, people tend to take their own takes on stuff, and that's what we're supposed to do. Analytic minds. You read something, analyze it, and decide for yourself what you think about it. But in the case of like religion and history, there's some things that are factual things that happen, and then some things that are, especially if these stories have been written down decades, if not like hundreds of years after the fact. So that story has been played the game of telephone down through generations.
Yeah. ages.
And how much of it has been bent into like a parable of like how you should live your life, and how much of it is actual fact. Like, so you have to always take into account that a lot of these things are written from a basis of some kind of truth, but also have connotations of like influence on whatever is happening at the time that it's written. Case in point, like even the Christian religion that we have as we see it today, like you look at like Christmas and Easter. Like Christmas time celebrates the birth of Christ, and Easter celebrates the resurrection on certain days. And it's like, well, they know historically that it's probably not really when he was born or resurrected, but they adopted those dates because they were Christians were taking over a lot of places that had pagan religions, and pagans celebrated the winter solstice on December 25th, and it was like a spring celebration of life around Easter. It's like the rebirth of the world pretty much every Easter, because that's when spring is like everything's blooming, babies are being born, like baby animals, humans too, I guess. And so rather when they took over these pagan settlements and, you know, cities and people, they didn't want to disrupt what they were already practicing, so they just gave it a new name, turned it into Christmas. Like the pagans worship the tree as, you know, part of the earth, and it's the evergreen tree was like an everlasting tree. It never died during winter. And so it was, you know, just adopted as a Christian theme.
Yeah, I mean, the evergreen tree doesn't die when it's still planted in winter. When you buy one, the clock's ticking.
When you cut it down. Well, I thought this thing wasn't supposed to die.
You get fucking spruce needles all over the house. And it smells nice, though.
It does. Unfortunately, Kara is allergic to pine, and so we have a fake tree.
A fake tree's the way to go.
Doesn't ever die.
It does not die.
Gotta store that fucking piece of shit in my garage, though.
It's funny that you say you and Stitch were talking about it. It makes perfect sense because the Nazis were obsessed with Atlantis.
Yeah, I was like, where are we going with this?
He's just like doing his goose steps walking around. Interesting.
No, but I was thinking about genocide.
We must not let the Jews learn about this.
But yeah, I mean, another interesting thing about the Emerald Tablet was the creation, or the instructions of creating the Philosopher's Stone.
Nicholas Flamel.
Nicholas Flamel.
Old friends with Albus Dumbledore.
Yeah, so the philosopher. Now I can't even say it.
The Philosopher's Stone?
That's the one.
That one.
Not to be misconstrued with the Sorcerer's Stone of fucking Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. That's just the American version. Because that book everywhere else is the Philosopher's Stone.
Is it really?
Yeah. We just have to have it our way. Because philosopher is a hard word to say.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to say it anymore. And I'm a fucking doctor.
I have 97 postdoctorates. The bleeding edge of conspiracy science.
So part of this Philosopher's Stone is a key to immortality. And it's actually, there's a recipe online that you can actually create this Philosopher's Stone for yourself and become immortal.
I'm going to go ahead and say it doesn't work.
I don't know.
I kind of feel like if it worked, George Soros would have one and he would not look like an old nutsack.
True.
Unless He got the immortality, but it comes with the caveat of your body still ages.
Well, what if he only got it after he was already like 140?
Yeah, because he's like 270 now.
Yeah.
So.
And according to the fucking works, the key to immortality is piss.
I do recall that.
So you, and it's like the something of the golden morning or something like that. And so you like take a piss in the morning and then you save it, like you piss into a jar every morning, and then you save it, and then you distill it. And it's a process that takes like fucking years. So you like distill it, boil it, and then distill it again, boil it, keep on distilling it, adding to it, and distilling it and boiling it. Over a couple of years, as it putrefies and fucking turns into a sludge, it eventually turns into like a little stone, almost like salt, which it probably is, just fucking salt. And then at that point, you fucking eat it. And then you become immortal if you just keep on eating this.
Or
you get real sick.
Yeah, it's either that or you get into like that crazy fever dream and you just think you're immortal, but really you're dying.
Yeah. Or you're just fucking tripping on meth, because only meth heads would fucking do their shit.
Could you imagine, like, you're going through this process of distillation and adding to it more distillation and fermentation, and you finally get like a little rock out of it. You're going to propose to your girlfriend. You know, you get down on the one knee and you present her the ring. She's like, this stone's kind of weird. Where did you find it? It's made out of my piss.
I made it from my own essence. That is every part of
She's
me.
like, oh, God.
Can you imagine the smell of boiling piss for fucking 8 years?
No, that's awful. And, like, you're going to have to keep adding to it. If you're boiling it, you're reducing it.
Yeah.
You're just over the fucking pot, filling it back up. No.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and back up what I said, that does not work.
Yeah. So that was put out, I think, 2011 or 12. There was a book that was posted online, a free book of how to create the Philosopher's Stone. And there was a lot of people that actually tried to do it. And that's kind of, it gave the steps. And there was a community forum of talking about how it's going. And
I have to get onto this.
Tips and tricks. Yeah, there was people that were actually trying to do it, and according to some of the forums, I guess, it says that some people were successful in making a stone, and then I think 2018 or 20, the site just disappeared. Another conundrum. Another pistery.
A pistery. Seems like a deal for piss team. No, we don't do actual piss.
Actual piss.
It's just an acronym.
Pisses, for sure.
Yeah, I'm taking the piss right out of this one. That sounds like horse shit.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah. I think it sounded like a fucking, like someone was fucking trying to see how many people they could get to drink their own piss.
It's a troll. It has to be a fucking troll. Like,
has to be.
Somebody was just like, these people are so fucking gullible. It's probably like, one dude and his buddy are hanging out drinking, like, all these fucking people are so stupid. I bet I could convince people to turn their own piss into a stone and eat it.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Bet's on, motherfucker.
So yeah, if you're interested in finding the book, apparently it's called The Book of Aquarius, and it was a free online book. I don't know if it's still out there. I never looked it up because I don't really want to drink my own piss or eat my own piss.
I'm totally down if you have a story about boiling down your piss and making a stone for immortality. Like, let's hear it. I'm super curious.
We can broadcast live from whatever mental institution you're in right now.
From your mom's basement. Gary, it smells like piss up here again. I can just imagine Gary Hyde down there just like stirring.
Why does your house smell like piss and pizza rolls?
I don't like pizza rolls, but it does smell like piss. It's so weird. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that your bodily waste is not the key to immortality.
Well, it is a crazy thing to think about, but it's not an unheard of thing. There's a lot of different cultures, and even alchemy. In alchemy, it talks about like how your power and energy is within everything inside of you. So like all of your tissue and your fluids, your blood, your urine, your stool has energy. And so, I mean, there are some like Asian cultures that believe in drinking your own urine first thing in the morning. And there's a lot of people that do it.
Bear Grylls is like, heavy breathing.
Fucking bet, dude. I didn't even know it had any kind of purposes. I just love it. Fucking love the taste.
Bear Grylls is secretly 140. Looks great. Yeah, I do believe that things like bodily waste have an energy. Because have you ever given somebody an unwanted golden shower? There's a lot of negative energy there.
There is.
No, I don't buy that. I mean, my principle in life is your consciousness is who you are. This is just your meat spacesuit. So whatever it has to excrete to keep it moving, to me it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like all those internet alpha males who talk about, no fap. I keep my shit in my body because it keeps my testosterone high. There's no medical basis for that, like, at all.
Yeah, I don't, like, I go to the gym a lot and I don't see any kind of difference in, I mean, I'm not a high-performing athlete, but I don't see any difference in fucking output of energy if I have or have not fucking beat it before.
No. Literally all those people get discredited by doctors all the time, which is kind of why that whole movement stopped. Because there was a moment where I was kind of questioning, like, could that be real? By, like, no fap, will you actually keep your testosterone high? No.
Well, I wonder if the real test would be, like, in the middle of a workout, fucking go in there and jerk it, come back and see it, like, oh, jeez! Or,
just hear me out, jerk it while you're working.
Yeah.
You're going to get a double pump.
Oh, yeah!
You're just like, fuck!
Oh, no!
Am I jerking off to myself right now? What is this?
The most confusing jerk I've ever had.
My mom's going to be so happy when she hears that segment.
Sorry, booed it.
I'm not. It's funny. Yeah, let's go back to Atlantis, though. I think that's a really interesting factor that he's Atlantean, and not like the DC Comics kind of Atlantean, because allegedly Atlantis was an incredibly advanced race, and there's also like theorizations of them being aliens and having alien tech and all that crazy stuff, and then just mysteriously it sinks.
Yeah.
And they're still looking for it.
Yeah, so also they talk about Thoth the Atlantean being 36,000 years BC. So that's predating even ancient Egypt by 30,000 years.
Yeah.
So if he's from Atlantis and he's rebuilding civilization after a flood that has happened 30,000 years ago, who's to say that? And there was a couple videos that I watched that says Atlantis wasn't just an island; it was a whole nation of probably. I would think of it as kind of like a big landmass. Maybe it was Antarctica before it was frozen, and it didn't actually sink. It just was washed out by the flood, and so it was. I mean, it could be one of those things where it's he there was probably more than one survivor. If we're talking about this as being a real thing, there was probably more if they were that technologically advanced. And if they spread across the world to restart civilization and just went by this moniker of Thoth so that everybody would be kind of connected to the same idea, I could see that being a possibility, I guess. And so, I mean, that would explain how he shows up in Egypt and in South America, in Greece, and fucking where the Vikings are. Because they say that he's Thor, he's fucking...
so he's Jason Momoa and Chris Hemsworth? Holy shit, dude. That's the most fucking beautiful man ever. Could you imagine those two just merging?
No.
It's an actual god.
I wonder if we'd lose power if we just jerked it right now. Individually, you know?
Who says I'm not? Camera can't see my hands, I'm just saying. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Oh, yeah, we can't.
Just don't make it awkward.
Yeah.
Hold eye contact with me. Hold eye contact with me.
You're almost there. I'm
not. I think Atlantis needs to be like its own episode. But I had somewhere to go with that. The whole jerk-off thing just threw me off. There's also the idea of Younger Dryas events that could have reshaped everything, and that's what collapsed Atlantis. But with the whole Atlantis ties to Nazism, ties to Antarctica, and then Operation High Jump, and all those things go together. I 100% believe Atlantis was a real place. And there's so much lore into that we could go into on another episode, but there's all, talking about ideas of another alien race came to Earth and sunk that continent, because it was like a continent roughly the size of Australia by some accounts, because they were jealous or because they didn't want them to take over. And then there was another one about they moved their whole continent to the center of the Earth because they knew this cataclysm was coming. Very cool shit with Atlantis.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, I really think that maybe, and when we were at Phenomicon last year, Travis Taylor talked about Antarctica possibly being farther north, and then it shifted on its tectonic plate to where it is now, and before it was a more of a tropical place, like a subtropical forest. And they have evidence of that because there are orange trees flash frozen on the peaks in Antarctica. And there's all these trees and stuff that they've found, and even animals they've found on Antarctica frozen in the ice that have undigested food in their stomach still. So it was something that happened super fast. And so I don't discount that, maybe that civilization of Atlantis was actually the continent of Antarctica, just in a different place.
100%.
In the geography of the world. And it's like, well, it would have to be, some scientists have said that Antarctica couldn't have been in a different place because it would take several millennia for the amount of ice on Antarctica to form. But I just read an article the other day that just said that over the past 2 years, despite global warming happening right now and climate change happening right now, they've documented over 100 billion tons of new ice that's formed in the last 2 years on Antarctica. So
yeah, I don't buy that. It takes millennia to build that ice.
Yeah.
Because I was watching this video a long time ago about climate change, and all these climate change activists, they love to show that clip of ice falling off into the ocean, but what they're not showing you is that the ice builds up just as fast as it falls off, if not faster.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, dude, that shit's piling up.
Yeah, think about it. The glaciers are always moving. I mean, you can't really see it in real time because it moves so slowly, for the most part. but like the snow is building up behind it and then pushing that glacier down the mountain or pushing it in whatever direction it's going, and then at the edge of it you're seeing that piece of it fall off into the ocean, but it's still pushing it from this way and then refilling from the back and just like constantly pushing that ice out back into the ocean or wherever it's
it's
going
not
to.
like this, oh my god, the caps are melting. They're really not.
I think that even if they are, it's something that has happened before and does happen all the time, and then it refreezes. I mean, we go through a cycle of the long cycle of our solar system, and our planet is 26,000 years. There's a long cycle and a short cycle. Short cycle is 13,000 years, which is the Mayan calendar was based off the short cycle, but they have a longer cycle, and that's depicting the axis, the rotation of the axis of the Earth as it points, and it goes through this procession of the zodiac where the axis is pointing at Aquarius, or it's pointing at Pisces, or it's pointing at Taurus, and that whole cycle takes 26,000 years. So whichever way that we're pointing, we're probably going to get a different reference point for our climate here on Earth, because the Earth is going to act in a different way, because it's a big enough degree that it's going to make a change on, like it might make, if it shifts or it goes through a precession. I'm sure there's a time period where Canada is like a lush green fertile land, and America, United States of America, is mostly a desert, and then it shifts back to a place where that's probably over the course of maybe 1,000 years, 1,500 years, and then as it shifts back, then Canada starts to freeze again, and then America gets more water, or the United States gets more water, and becomes more of a habitable zone for humans.
Well, Antarctica is actually the biggest desert on the planet.
Yeah, supposedly,
which is a crazy thought.
Yeah.
But precipitation dictates desert.
Right.
No precipitation. Yeah, I don't know. I do think that there's some kind of tie between Antarctica and Atlantis, which is a crazy thought, but especially like with all the Nazi lore and all that shit that goes with it, because they were on the hunt for people of the Atlantean bloodline. Mm-hmm. They found most of them in Tibet, like certain genetic markers that Tibetan people had, so they were just obsessed with those guys. But
there's like tribes up there that have like really super blue eyes that are like only like 0.2% of the world have, and they have like the most of the people with this genetic marker in their DNA.
Which is crazy when you see some of these kind of isolated peoples, like I can't remember where it's at, but like the one island country or whatever it is where everybody has RH blood, which is actually the rarest blood type.
Yeah.
Contrary to what trivia would tell you, because we do trivia all the time, and every time I get asked that question, what's the rarest blood type, I'm like, RH. It's not it.
Wrong. You're wrong.
Stupid. But yeah, it is kind of weird. The Tibetans, they're kind of isolated from the rest of the world, or even, the RH blood type people, they're very segregated from everybody else. It's kind of like, do these people evolve into these traits like the blue eyes, or is it something handed down?
Well, you'd have to think that those things go hand in hand, because you're evolving with what you've been handed down. So, I mean, there are certain traits that are going to definitely stick with, and it's just like a dominant trait or like a subservient trait or whatever. Recessive trait. Like dark hair. For me, my dad had pretty light hair. My mom is Tongan, so she has really dark hair, and so, like, that trait was just stronger, and so I ended up with dark hair. My kids have lighter hair because now they're even more mixed breed, I guess you could say.
Mixed breeds.
They're more mudbloods.
Maybe if they had that Philosopher's Stone, I mean...
Here. Just take a nibble.
I got you a pot. Get started.
So yeah, I mean... So, what do you think about the tablets? Do you think that they actually existed, or... and to what capacity do you think that they existed?
I do think they existed. I'm not putting any like real basis on it. It's just solid belief. I think they do or did exist. It wouldn't surprise me if they were found and then destroyed, because we got to maintain Catholicism.
Yeah. Well, there are some people have said that they were found by certain people, and then they studied them for a while, and they were confiscated and then taken to the Vatican.
What?
Yeah.
They would never do that.
So,
probably sitting right next to the chronovisor.
Probably. They probably found it with the chronovisor.
Yeah, they were just like, oh shit, like Johnny Mnemonic style.
Yeah.
Or Minority Report.
Fucking Minority Report.
Hey, that was a dope scene though. His hands don't...
Especially, what was it? What year did that come out?
Like
2008?
03, 04.
Yeah.
I mean, his hands don't always match up to what's on the screen, but it's still fucking cool to watch. No, it's nothing.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw an iPhone, and I was like, well, how are you supposed to dial it? You just touch the number.
Boop, boop. Ooh.
Ooh. And it would like click, click, click,
Yeah.
click.
I remember hearing about the first
feedback.
iPhone, and like a guy at work was telling me about it. He's like, it's going to be a touch screen. It's going to be able to do all this different stuff, and you can pay, like you'll have like Apple Pay, the precursor to Apple Pay on there. And I was like, that's going to fucking fail so hard. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I was predicating that on the price, because it was going to be like $500 or something, and that was outlandish at the time.
For a phone.
For a phone.
Just to call people
At the
on your
time,
phone.
I had a Motorola Slider, and that phone was like $200, and that was like the most lavish thing I had ever bought for myself,
Yeah.
because that was a lot of money at that time.
Yeah.
So $500-$600 for a touchscreen phone? That's probably going to break. Who came up with this?
Now we spend those for a day, just like...
Now you can't live without it. You ever go to the bathroom and forget your phone?
You think our kids are gonna, like, generations down the line, they're just gonna develop this fucking meaty ass thumb from fucking scrolling?
Just this.
All the other digits are just fucking curled like this, and then just like their thumb muscle is fucking crazy.
Their little pinky is like super strong right there. You know, if we don't get taken out by 3i Atlas and we do live on for a few generations, probably.
Probably. Eyes are just going to get super big from just taking in visual information.
Yeah. It's either that or we're going to have phones like in the Total Recall remake, where they're like implanted in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
And then the scene where he like has to rip it out is pretty gruesome.
That would be pretty cool, though. I did see, actually, this was like fucking maybe 2 years ago. It was like it was a phone, but it would wrap around your wrist.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like a screen, and it just wrapped around your wrist like this, and the whole screen was just like a bracelet almost.
It'll be on your forearm.
Yeah.
It'll be like TikToks.
I think it's just going to be in a chip in your head, and you're just like, tight.
Porn on demand, nobody can see it.
Yeah. Hey, what?
So, sorry, were you saying something? Anyway, what do you think about the tablets?
Because there's so much talk about them, I do believe that they were a real thing. I know for sure there was one tablet for sure. And they even say that it was like 3 feet by 4 feet. It was big, and it was made out of some kind of material that they didn't really know what it was. Tablets, I don't think are a real thing, because there's no real... They don't talk about it in the texts or the documents going back through history until this guy wrote this book about it. So I think that he just fucking made all that shit up. I know that there for sure was one tablet that had certain things written on it. But there was a lot of shysters that came through. I think that that one tablet was probably confiscated, and they said that it was stored at one point in the Library of Alexandria, and then when that got burned, I think that was probably most likely a stealing of information.
That's a Billy Carson thing I 100% buy into, is that they didn't just burn it, it was a heist. Like, they stole all the shit there and burned it down so that nobody would go looking for what was missing.
Yeah.
So, I got to give him a lot of credibility on that one.
A lot of things that he says do have a lot of credence to them. It's just the way that he puts them into his...
It's the delivery.
Yeah, yeah. He strings it into his doctrine of... And as much as he, like, hates on religions, like, it seems like he's trying to create his own religion of...
Yeah.
And it's just, like, hypocritical to me. I don't know.
It is. You know, kind of going back to the concept of muddying the waters with the emerald tablets, like, and then going into the idea of, you know, all these religions have these offshoot TMU versions of emerald tablet lore. Like, wouldn't it make sense to confiscate and muddy the waters of the emerald tablets to make space for the tablets that the Ten Commandments were on? Or even Joseph Smith's bullshit about the golden tablets that only he could read, or the golden rocks, whatever the fuck that was. Mormonism is so stupid.
Golden plates.
Golden plates, which is a tablet. I mean, total horseshit. Sorry. Sorry, Mormons. Your religion is hokey. But yeah, I mean, that's where I kind of give it more credibility, just by the simple fact that it's like, we're propping up these modern day religions, Christianity and Catholicism, all the offshoots of those, like Seventh-day Adventists and all that. Like, we're keeping more support into those than trying to delve back into what could possibly be the real kind of religions of the world, or the real events that have happened, not the Bible fairy tale versions.
Yeah, to me, I think that whatever you believe in, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. Like, as long as the principle of whatever it is that you study is to be a good person, right? I don't really care how you get there, as long as you're trying to be a decent human person, and but it seems like most, to me, it seems like most modern day religions are like a money grab. And, we gotta... What's really weird to me is, like, these religions teach about love and caring and compassion for your fellow human people, but at the same time, if they don't believe exactly what you believe, then fuck them.
Fuck them.
It's like, dude, I don't... These people are free to believe whatever. You disagree with me, that's fine.
Yeah. It literally makes...
be like, high five.
It makes zero difference to me. And I know I just talk shit on Mormons, but I have friends who are Mormons, and they don't try to, like, impress on me their religion. And a lot of them are actually good people, I think.
Yeah.
But there are some shitty Mormons.
Oh, yeah, they're shitty, everybody.
Yeah. So it really is like, I don't care about your religion. I'll talk with you about it, but don't try to convert me.
Yeah.
It's, what was this meme I read a long time ago? It was like, having a strong, devout religion is like having a dick. I'm proud of you for having one. I'm proud that you're proud to have one, but don't stick it down my throat. It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's where, I mean, in terms of religions, I think the only one that really has the strongest basis for me is Wiccan, because their whole catchphrase is, "And at harm none, do what you will." So as long as you're not being an asshole, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't destroy other religions to prop yours up.
Yeah, if it's not harming other people that don't want to be harmed.
Hey, if she wants those golden showers to get immortality,
That's what I mean.
she asked for it.
If you're not hurting people that aren't willing participants in being harmed.
Yeah. There's a difference between just grabbing somebody by the throat and somebody that says, "Choke me, daddy."
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Got lost there in my, was scrolling in my fucking implant in my brain.
It was scrolling my implant phone. It just like triggered a Google search.
Yeah,
I just had to see where it was going.
Okay. It's safe.
Put that one on a bookmark. Do you think we'll ever see anything with the Emerald Tablets?
I think that the most likely place, if there are an Emerald Tablet out there in the world right now that hasn't been destroyed, I think it's most likely in the Vatican archives. And unless something happens where like there's a big war or something and that place gets raided, and I don't think so. I don't think it will come out unless it's forced out.
Yeah, I think that would be like 3-Eye Atlas is actually going to hit the planet and it's going to be a world killer. Then they're just like, fuck it.
We gotta make space to hide in this bunker.
Yeah, you can have all this shit. The chronovisor was real, by the way.
Chronovisor's here, Necronomicon here, you can have it.
Now, be careful with that one.
Yeah. Don't read it out loud.
Don't read it out loud. Don't play the record of it.
Play the record.
Which is kind of weird. You know, in, Evil Dead Rises, there was the records.
Yeah.
But somebody had to read it out loud to record it. So how did that haunting stop?
Well, to me, it says it doesn't. Like in the end of the recording, it says that he's not going to be able to stop it. And so that's why it just
so it was just like dormant for a while?
Yeah.
Interesting. I know if I ever find some crazy old records and it talks about anything about an old book, stop.
Yeah.
Give those records to somebody you don't like.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's could be said about this whole podcast recording about ancient documents.
Could be.
So definitely like and share with somebody you don't like, you know?
I mean, we can haunt the fuck out of them.
Like fucking haunt the fuck out of them like an Arby's.
Nice callback. Deep cut, dude. Deep cut. I dig it.
Back into the archives for that.
Yeah, dude. Back into the old Dave-inci archive.
Scroll all the way back.
Oh, fuck, too far. Yeah, man. Deep cut. I dig that. Yeah, send it to somebody you don't like. Better yet, send it to people you do like, so they'll actually watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's as much research as there was into this one. I felt like there wasn't like a lot to talk about, but the idea of kind of like getting your mind going on the topic, because it branches out into so many different things, you know. You know, the Nazism or Atlantis.
Well, it even branches out into, I mean, if you're following the Thoth Emerald Tablets, I mean, it branches out into the the Black Knight Satellite, which we talked about last time.
Yep.
I mean, it says that, or Thoth claims that he had an object, the all-seeing eye, that he could look at anybody anywhere on the Earth.
And it can go retrograde in north-south polarity, like that thing can do whatever it wants.
Yeah.
It's probably up there right now, like those sons of bitches.
Yeah. Fuck, we gotta move again. Dave-Inci's Code found us.
They figured it out.
Spreading all the fucking propaganda about
It's just like, how did he know I look like Jason Momoa and fucking Chris Hemsworth at the same time? I'm surprised. If you look like that, you could look away from a mirror for a minute to see anything else.
Yeah, if they were smart, they would just take the DNA from both of those guys and make a super actor. you know,
Well,
superhero.
admittedly,
star.
I think only one of them is a good actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa is
I
just
think I've
Jason
said that.
Momoa.
I've said that plenty of times on here. That
Yeah, I think we had a conversation about it. He's got a lot of presence and a lot of charisma. Jason Momoa, acting ability, not so much.
I did like his character in the Minecraft movie though, because it was
Yeah.
fucking super cheesy.
Still haven't seen it, but I imagine it's just him being him.
It's a goofy movie, and it knows that it's a goofy movie, and that's what it's supposed to be. So, I mean,
I still like watching his stuff,
yeah.
but I don't see him getting like an Academy Award anytime soon.
I didn't mind him in Game of Thrones, but he didn't have a whole lot of dialogue.
Played that role really well though.
Yeah,
Just being a
grunting and fucking.
big angry dude who only likes to do it doggy style.
Yeah, what a loser.
Fuck loser. Chris Hemsworth is
Variety
actually
is the spice of life.
It
Okay.
is. He just didn't get it. Hemsworth is a good actor though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he is. I think he's just not challenged to do anything besides what he's already done.
Have you seen that series on? I think it's on Netflix.
Oh,
Might be on
the
Hulu.
prison thing where he's like in the control room?
No. It's about kind of him and his journey to.
Oh,
to-
Limitless.
Yeah.
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 No, that's a really enjoyable show.
Yeah.
And he also did that documentary on sharks,
Oh yeah.
which was really cool. It kind of like, that terrified of fucking sharks. But watching that documentary, it was like, okay, they're just creatures, you know, they're just animals.
Yeah.
They're not like Jaws.
I definitely wouldn't want to be eaten by a shark that would suck fucking dicks, but
Bop them in the nose.
yeah.
Mythbuster
We
style.
did go into a shark cage in Hawaii, Kara and I, when we got married.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let's get married and then go swim with sharks. Just test fate right off the bat. And
That's the predicator if this marriage is going to work, if we don't die.
and it was really cool there. I mean, especially to see him like in, because the way that we did it, we went out in a boat and then they dropped the fucking cage into the water that floats on top of the water, but you're like maybe a mile and a half off the coast of the island. And then the sharks have grown accustomed to the sound of the boats because the fishermen go out there and fish, and so the sharks show up because they know they're going to chum the water and catch fish, and they'll be able to get an easy meal. And so just the sound of the boats like attracts all these sharks, and most of them are like black tip reef sharks, but they're still like between 4 to 10 feet long, big sharks. And so we like they drop the cage, and it floats on top of the water, and then they just throw out a bunch of chum into the water, and then you get inside the cage, and then the boat kind of floats away. And they're tethered to the fucking cage, and they leave you in there for like, you just have a snorkel, and but all these sharks are just swimming around fucking the cage, probably about 30 or 40 sharks, just really cool. But to see them like that, you kind of, it wasn't any fear, or maybe it was just the cage, because if I was out there I'd probably be shitting in my swimsuit. But it's a really cool experience, and to see them in their just fucking swimming past you right in front of your face like that.
Yeah, it's always been kind of a weird, innate kind of fear with me of sharks. I don't even know why. It's not like, you know, I didn't watch Jaws when I was a kid and get traumatized. I just always thought that's a really dangerous animal, and water is not my element.
Yeah.
I'm much faster on the land.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I will eventually do.
Yeah, I
is
bet
go
I could-
somewhere and swim with sharks.
I can definitely outrun a shark, and I can't run very fast at all.
Hundo P, I'll fuck that shark up. Foot race? Let's go,
Fuck.
bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna do it one day. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, you should.
Hopefully not actually get attacked by a shark. When I was younger, my friend, his grandpa had like a nice boat, and he had a rubber dinghy with like a hard metal bottom, and he'd let us take that out all the time. And we would go and go to the bait shop, the bait barge, and grab chum, and then we take the boat over to the wharf and you drop the chum in and you'd see all these little baby sharks, you know, like this long. And if you were fast, you could just catch one out of the water. And we would do that a few times, and then he got kind of mad at me because I grabbed one. He's like, "Oh, that's a big one," and I threw it at him. And he was upset.
So he's traumatized by sharks.
Probably. It didn't bite him or anything. He just panicked real hard.
Yeah, when I was younger, we lived in Florida. We were swimming at Daytona, or Cocoa Beach is what it was called. And so we went to the beach for the day, we're swimming, and there's always people out there fishing off the shore or whatever. And this guy would like take his line and just like swim out on a boogie board, maybe 100 yards out into the water, and then drop his bait and then fucking ride the waves back in. And so we're sitting there swimming, and then all of a sudden he starts reeling. He's fucking right next to us. And reels in the fucking hammerhead shark like this big.
Nice.
Not huge, but like just the realization that we're swimming in the water next to these fucking... And you don't really think about it. You go to the beach and you're just swimming, and then the realization of these things are all around us. You just can't see them, like fucking demons of the deep.
The ocean is a scary place.
Yeah, I mean, especially for us, because we can't breathe under water.
I'm not Atlantean.
Yeah.
I remember some occasions of like being at the beach and, you know, you're playing in the water and doing your thing, and then a kid like 30 feet away is like, ow, ow, gets out. He's been stung by a jellyfish. There was a jellyfish there?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Yeah. I'm out.
I'm not going back in.
I guess it's sandcastles the rest of the day. I'm not fucking with that. But yeah. So the emerald tablets. I think what I was able to learn from what's actually on the tablets is all great advice, but it's all stuff that we've already kind of been looking into and delving into, you know, with the attachments to consciousness or alignment, things like that, and manifestation primarily, because it seems like there's a lot of that in there. And maybe it's because Billy Carson perpetuates it heavier than anything else.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like, okay, I agree with all that.
Yeah.
So if it's real, fantastic.
Yeah. I definitely think it's something that we should, like, people in general should look at because of the stuff that it says on the tablet, and be a good person, pretty much, like fucking look within yourself for your own power type shit. Like, I don't think there's any harm in looking at it and researching those topics at all. So I do think that, you know, there's benefit from looking into it, especially, you know, these tablets that have been around known to be around for at least 7,000 years, and they're still saying the same things that we're struggling with today.
Yeah.
Like, if we all just learn about this shit, maybe by learning about it, you might be able to manifest that into your actual life.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it that it's positive thought equals positive action, or negative thought equals negative action, and that is something that anybody could practice at any given moment.
Yeah.
Whether you believe in the tablets or the Bible or whatever, like that's a basic thing that any human can do.
Mm-hmm.
But really, with all theologies, it's like you can take good things out of everything. Like you can take good things out of the Bible. You could take good things from the Emerald Tablets, or good things from the Book of Enoch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of useful stuff that all humans can adapt to.
Well, even bad things that happen, like there's definitely things that you can take out of a bad situation that are positive.
Yeah.
Like, unless you just dwell on the negative, like, something fucking simple, like a car accident. You get into a car accident and get hurt or something. You can dwell on the fact that you got into a car accident and get hurt, or you can take the positive and learn what you may have done wrong and how you can do it better.
Or you can like count your blessings that you're still alive.
Yeah.
That it could have been way worse. You could be a quadriplegic or whatever, and you'll have that moment of realizing that life is finite and you're going to live a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know?
Taking the positive.
Taking the positive, man.
Taking that positive so good.
Take that fucking positive, man. Yeah, I mean, there's a positive Bible story that I was in, you know, being the underdog, fighting a giant, killed him with a fucking rock. That was a pretty gangster move on my behalf.
It was. I'm going to have to say, good job. Nice shot. I mean, wasn't actually a mile away, but, you know, with a sling and a stone.
So that's where they fucked it up. I had the rock in my hand, and I was just bashing his fucking head in.
Nice.
I climbed up him like a tree and just started working his temple. I know, I was there, all right? If anybody wants to correct that in the book, let me know. I'll tell you the real story.
Yeah. You should just write your own, write it first-hand account.
Maybe one day I will. Talk about how I fucked that Nephilim up.
Yeah.
He was talking mad shit. He had it coming.
Nephilim do.
Yeah,
They just squawk.
But because they got such big mouths, their words are really slow and slurred. They're like, yeah, but the baba. I was like, I'm not even going to give you the dignity of killing you with a spear. I'm going to use a fucking rock.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to talk about the Giants at one point, too. Especially, have we talked about the fucking Giants of Kandahar?
We have not, but I feel like there's a whole episode about giants and Nephilim and all that good stuff. Let's wrap this one up, though. So, the Emerald Tablets, very cool to look at into what it teaches, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Even if a person doesn't believe it or is like, that's horseshit, or that conflicts with my religion, just look at what it teaches.
Yeah. Something that conflicts with what you believe is a good thing.
It's a great thing.
It test your belief and make it stronger.
Yeah, or add to it.
Yeah.
You know, you might learn something that goes with the theology that you already buy into.
Yeah.
You could be a Catholic and go, yeah, I should still be trying to manifest.
Yeah. Like I watch Evil Dead Rise. That doesn't mean that I don't believe that people should be doing that or that it's real or like it's just funny.
Yeah. I mean, you can consume information. It does not hurt you at all.
Yeah.
In fact, one might argue it makes you smarter.
I would argue that. That's all I do is consume information mostly through videos, and I'm at least like a percentage less dumb than I was before. So
I feel the same about me.
yeah.
But it's really great that we have the Y-files to lean on.
Yeah. I think that he might actually be a doctor.
If I ever get the chance to meet him, he's getting a doctorate.
Yeah. Honorary doctorate of
The Church of Dave-inci.
Yeah.
We'll have to come up with something clever on that one.
We just make our own institute.
Yeah. Work for Scientology.
Yeah.
We all know those guys are bananas.
Capital B.
I think it's all capital A's. If you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of which, I wonder what David Miscavige is up to. Probably killing somebody right now.
Probably.
Wouldn't surprise me if he was just like, goes home, God, it's been a long day. You know what would really take the edge off? Killing somebody. Murder. Then he goes into the cage where Shelley is locked up and is like, hey, I'm going to kill somebody in front of you.
Yeah. She takes her a bowl of water and then brings out a fucking person to kill in front of her.
He's testing out all of his philosopher's stones on her. Try this one.
Try this one.
Fuck. Shit. All right, 7 months isn't long enough. Bring next batch.
Have a lick, lick, lick.
Lick. Don't fucking bite my fingers. In all seriousness, I think that guy's a monster.
Yeah.
I think he did kill his wife. But that's a topic for another time.
Again, another mystery for us to fucking delve into.
I mean, I feel like I solved it right there, but we have a whole conversation to get there.
Yeah.
But anyway, Emerald Tablets, very cool. Very interesting.
Very interesting topic. And if you don't believe us, look it up.
Look it up.
Do some research of your own.
Yeah. By research.
Just watch the Y-Files, dude. He'll talk about it.
He does.
He talks about it a few different times, I think.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, the Y-Files is fucking dope.
the Y-Files are dope. And if you're not watching the Y-Files, to me, I think it's hard to believe that anybody that actually has watched these episodes and hasn't seen the Y-Files.
Yeah, they earn all their credit. Like, they do great research. He writes the script really well. He does it really well. The AI generated stuff he's doing now is great. Hecklefish is fucking hilarious.
Hilarious.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
That show is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be like on a big network.
He needs to be on Nova. That's like Channel 7.
Oh, maybe the FX channel.
Yeah.
Or the Sci-Fi channel.
Sci-Fi for sure.
Whatever. Somebody make him rich.
Yeah. Put him on the Travel Channel. That's where all the fucking weird shit is on. Sci-Fi is...
Isn't that weird? The Travel Channel is no longer about travel. It's about like ghost adventures and shit.
And Expedition X.
Yeah, or like the Discovery Channel became like almost reality TV.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Which is super weird.
MTV is now just fucking Jersey Shore
And
replays and fucking ridiculousness.
Teen Mom. Like, I like ridiculousness, but come on, MTV. Make music videos popular again. Anyway, we'll pull the plug on that one because we got another one we got to do.
We do.
It's important.
It ties right along with this. I think we've kind of gone from the Dark Knight satellite into Thoth, and we're gonna just fucking press right on through with
We're gonna
the next one.
Put the crowning jewel on on the next episode.
We're gonna fucking tie it all into this crazy puzzle.
Put a nice bow on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.